It's all on the line. The OHL Cup up for grabs. 10th straight appearance in the OHL Cup final for the Toronto Marlboros, and they will have Elliot Tang in goal. He was the game star for the Marlboros in the semifinal. He's 4-0 at the OHL Cup, and he has not allowed a goal in the quarterfinal or the semifinal, so he comes into this one on a terrific run. In goal for the York Simcoe Express, it's Andre Berezynski, and he was also his team's game star in the semifinal. You need good goaltending to get to this final. Both teams have had it. Berezynski also at 4-0, and the most goals he's allowed in a game is 2 at this OHL Cup. These two teams have met twice this season. Both were close games, both decided by a goal, one of them in overtime. And this is the one that matters. Here's Carter Robertson. Gets it over to the left wing side. Matthew McKinn. And he finds Whitaker with the pass, but he's offside.
Hey, look at this York Simcoe Express team, the only team to go undefeated throughout the course of the OHL Cup. Yes, there were a couple of ties in there, but Rob Shilton's squad undefeated. And they had to take a road that saw them win 4-2 against the Red Wings, tied the Kingston Junior Frontenacs, then the Mississauga Senators before beating Windsor and the Rebels in overtime, and finally Don Mills in the semi.
Here's Justin McPherson, one of those puck-moving defensemen. Hands it over to Luke St. John, and Ian Vuko. He's second on the York Simcoe Express in scoring at this OHL Cup. Marlboros in their familiar maple leaf colors, and York Simcoe Express white tops and socks with the black pants. Luke St. John backs off, gets it over to McPherson. He looks up the ice. Coming back to gather that puck was Ian McLean. Got it just outside the line. Akil Thomas wants to get it back in, but Luke St. John was guarding the blue line. He set it down the ice. Now maybe something brewing here for York Simcoe Express. Dante Fantuzzi went to the corner to tie his man up. Vuko tried to center it, and there's the dangerous Robertson. Couple of point-blank chances for McHenry. And early on, Elliot Tang looks like he's on his game. Goss walking in. Nicholas Goss, one of 2 Newfoundlanders on the team, centers it. And York Simcoe Express, they're buzzing, but they couldn't get anything past the Marlboros. And now it might be Toronto's turn, but they can't get to the puck. Graham Clark just shy, and it's an icing call.
Well, Rob Shilton, the head coach for York Simcoe, said if our defensemen are moving the puck and moving the puck quickly, we're going to have success early on, and that's how they're able to maintain possession in the offensive zone. Vuko with a good pass. McDougall on the doorstep, a couple of cracks at it, but look at Tang. He's unfazed whatsoever. A couple of good saves, staying low to the ice.
Robertson gets it to the front of the net, and this is the top line for York Simcoe Express out there right now. The speedy Michael Little tried to forward a pass to Alan McShane, and the captain of the York Simcoe Express, Cameron Hillis. He was the league leading scorer. He leads his team in scoring here at the OHL Cup. There he is down there. He's flying around. He's number 10. McPherson back down low to Hillis. He wastes no time getting it over to Richard Whitaker. That's stolen away by the Marlboros captain Alan McShane. His pass didn't get to Little. It was stolen away by Robertson. Now it's Whitaker in on the forecheck on Pierre-Luc Forget. Forget's lost a glove. That didn't stop him at all. He just kept on rolling.
Good back pressure there by Whitaker to break up the play as the Marlies brought it in over the line.
Ian McLean for York Simcoe Express. Sharp angle, couldn't get that one on target. Still chasing after it. McDougall digs it loose to McLean. Here's Vuko trying to find some room to get a shot. He passes off to McDougall down low, and it's stolen by big defenseman Kevin Ball. Pass was a little behind Daniil Antropov, and you'll recognize that name. He is the son of Nick Antropov. He has 7 goals in 6 games at the OHL Cup, so that's pretty good when you can average better than a goal per game at this level.
Just looks like Pops, though. I mean, he's bigger than everybody else, and he plays a calm but very productive style of game.
Likes to work down low. That's where he is now, number 91 Antropov. Now it comes back to Ball. He's listed at over 6'5", and that comes to the side of the net, and Andre Berezynski covers up.
Well, Antropov has had a very successful tournament, as you mentioned, RJ, and talked about those 7 goals, and this top line with Tinmouth and Akil Thomas and Antropov. An excellent shot and good finish to his game.
Good job for the Marlies right off the faceoff. Got a couple of good chances and tested Berezynski, but he's sharp early too. That's expected from these two goaltenders who are both 4-0 at the OHL Cup. Jason Horvath quickly ahead. James Buckley on the left wing side. He's being bothered by Reese Foran. Buckley gets it back, goes to the blue line. Horvath wrists it to the net, and it might have been tipped. It was still stopped by Berezynski.
Good stop there by Berezynski, and you can see what the Marlies do. They're able to get this puck in neutral ice, and from there quickly transition to get it back in the offensive zone. Fantuzzi over to Horvath, 2 passes, and it's already in the zone with speed as it's taken in there by Buckley, and ultimately that leads to a chance. We'll look for the Marlies to continue with that transition. As Don Cherry told you before the game, they just keep coming at you.
Justin Pringle wins the faceoff. McShane backhands it to the net. Berezynski kicks that aside. Little keeps that puck down low. Pringle's working down there. Comes loose, and he's got it. Centering pass just out of the reach of McShane. Little sends it in deep again. Pringle chasing after it. He's number 29 for the Marlboros. Look out here, it's a 2-on-1. Hillis with Whitaker. Whitaker shoots. Stopped by Tang. And that rebound went to the corner just out of the reach of Hillis. Hillis battling down there with Forget. Now coming to help out is McKim, but he couldn't get it to the front of the net. Now it gets there, but it's intercepted by the defensively responsible captain of the Marlboros, McShane. Forget gets to the middle of the ice. There's a high shot. He scores. Pierre-Luc Forget, a wrist shot, puts the Marlboros ahead.
Berezynski can only get a piece of it, but Forget makes amends for a turnover earlier in the fray that led to a York Simcoe 2-on-1. And as Tang made the save, they go back up ice. Forget leading the rush, cuts to the middle of the ice, and his wrist shot partially screened. You can see Berezynski takes it off the shoulder, looking left and looking right, and the screen right here is what causes the goal. McPherson in the line of fire, and that screens Berezynski. 1-0 Marlies.
Here they come again. Akil Thomas, he's the leading scorer in the tournament. He's number 55. There's a long shot. That was blocked before it got to the goal. Only 2 Marlboros hadn't had a point at the OHL Cup coming into this game. Forget was one of them, but he comes up with a big goal at a big time for his team. And now Antropov might have a chance. His shot's wide of the net. Kevin Ball comes down from his defense position to make sure that puck stays in deep. 3 York Simcoe Express were there. Couldn't get it out, and Ball got a shot that forced Berezynski into another save. Akil Thomas, that pass was too hot to handle behind the net. Now Ian Vuko takes his time, waits for a man to get open. It was McLean. Now Matthew McDougall might get a chance. He's contained quickly by Ball. Got it down low though. McLean's knocked down. Tinmouth came back, and now Ball has some time to move the puck ahead to Akil Thomas. Took a hit from Goss, but he got that puck in deep, and he'll be off to the bench for a change. Thomas,
Antropov, and Tinmouth. That's the top line for the Marlies. Outstanding all year long. They've played together for the better part of the season. Have been good throughout the course of the OHL Cup.
There's a giveaway. James Buckley trying to steal, and Carter Robertson gets in the way of that centering attempt, but Buckley stayed with it. Now he looks to the blue line. That's not open. Foran plays physical on Buckley. Graham Clark down low, got the stick away from Robertson, so he's forced to try to pin that puck up against the boards with his skates, and there's his stick in the way of it, and it stayed there long enough for him to get his stick and make a pass over to his defense partner, and now the Express are out. McHenry played well by Jason Horvath. Dante Fantuzzi gets it to Horvath. He has to deal with the official, but no problems for the Marlboros. And Horvath found some open ice ahead of him. He gets to center and fires it in. 1-0 for the Marlboros, the 2-time defending OHL Cup champions. Pierre-Luc Forget, the defenseman, came up with that goal. And it has been all Marlies, so now the big line comes out for York Simcoe Express to try to get some momentum back. This is nothing new for the Express. They've fallen behind in 4 of their last 5 games. And they haven't lost at the OHL Cup. Whitaker, Hillis. There's a shot that's stopped by Tang. He calmly came over. Comes to the front of the net again, but Kringle's got it for the Marlies. And he's going to weave his way out of his own end, and then he's forced to send it down on the goal as Hillis tracked him down. And Berezynski covers up. A goal from Pierre-Luc Forget. And the Marlboros lead the OHL Cup-Final.
Well, it's amazing how your fortunes can change in the matter of just one shift, and that's exactly what happened with Pierre-Luc Forget. Here he is on an ill-timed pinch as this puck is exited out of the zone by the York Simcoe Express. That turns into a 2-on-1. Whitaker would eventually get the chance. Tang would make the save, and a short time later the puck would go back up ice, and it would be Forget leading the rush. He cut to the middle of the ice against McPherson. Justin McPherson creates the screen. Berezynski can't see it, and Pierre-Luc Forget has the Marlies up 1-0 here in the first.
15-minute periods at the OHL Cup, so 7:37 to go, halfway through the first. Marlboros have been good on the face-offs. It's created some chances. Ian Bucco chops at it along the right wing side. Didn't get out. Ball with a hard shot and hit a stick in front of the net and went wide. Akil Thomas chops at it. Now Antropod trying to keep it in, but it is poked outside the line by McPherson.
Heads up, heads up, heads up.
Ball looks ahead, and there's Tinmouth. He had an assist on that opening goal. Got it to Antropov, but a hard wrist shot is stopped by Berezynski.
Pretty clear to see what they want to do against the smaller Berezynski. Try and go up top, use the top of the net against him.
Luke St. John makes the short pass to McDougall, but that didn't connect, so ball breaks up another play. Yanni Sampis trying to make a move as he gets inside the line, and there's going to be a penalty coming up.
And we see a lot of those calls here, and it's a good call to make. It's the check to the head call. So Luke St. John will go to the box for the York Simcoe Express. It can be called in one of two fashions, either a 2-minute penalty, or if the contact is direct, then it becomes a 4-minute penalty. And in this case, for St. John, it will be a 2-minute penalty.
Marlboros on the power play. They've scored 8 power play goals at the OHL Cup, and York Simcoe Express have killed off the last 6 times they've been shorthanded. Maybe the most important one was in overtime in the quarterfinal against the Mississauga Rebels. That was a 3-2 win for York Simcoe Express, but the 4 goals in regulation were all scored on the power play. Then a too many men in overtime, and the Express were able to kill that off. A couple of minutes later, Carter Robertson got the game winner, so they used that penalty kill as momentum to win it in overtime.
And go figure, it was the Rebels who were coming in as the #1 team into the OHL Cup in the final rankings before the Cup started.
Marlboros have 9 of the last 10 shots on goal in this game. They're going to get more. That one won't count because it went off the crossbar. What a shot from McShane as he came in over the line.
Well, he's got excellent speed, and he can surprise you with the heaviness of his shot. And saw McShane work hard to score a goal in our pregame highlights, talking about his play in the semifinal. He unleashes a cannon, and Berezynski late to react, but the post wasn't, and that's why it's still 1-0.
Still over a minute to go on this power play. Ball banks off. He's got 2 points at the OHL Cup, the big defenseman. Both of those points have come on the power play. He circles away from the watchful eye of McDougall. Now ahead to Akil Thomas. Thomas going to the outside. He's going to circle the net. And he's forced to go back to the blue line to Forget. Back to Ball. Wrist shot. That's stopped by Berezynski. Good thing he hung on. Tinmouth was right on the doorstep.
Ball so calm back there, initiates the rush, settles things down for the Marlies when things start to get hairy, takes the pass from Forget, and the shot on goal. You can see with Tinmouth in front of the net trying to create some traffic in front of the smaller Berezynski.
Face off, won by Thomas. Ball gets to the middle of the ice. There's another shot. That one's off the stick and goes up high. Marlboros defensemen don't waste time getting those pucks down toward the front of the net. Maybe time for one last charge up the ice here for the Marlies. Already lead the game 1-0. They're on the man advantage. And St. John is eager. He's in the penalty box. He's standing up. He wants to get out there, and he wants to make sure that this isn't any more of a deficit when he's back on the ice, and it looks like his team's going to be okay. He's on now. Tinmouth comes in with a tricky shot that Berezynski was able to stop. So the York Simcoe Express kill off the penalty. It's still 1-0 Marlboros.
The York Simcoe Express have been riding Andre Berezynski. It was an interesting story. We got a call from Don Mills, did Rob Shilton, and said, hey, we think we have a goaltender for you. We don't have space for him. So they said, you better go see him. He had one night to go see him last March, went and saw him, challenged him, said, hey, do you mind if our shooters get out there? Said, yeah, no problem. I'm confident they're not going to score on me anyways. And they ended up signing him. He comes over with his family and is now a resident of the York Simcoe area and is tending the pipes here for the York Simcoe Express and has led them to this championship game.
He's been busy in this game. Been outshot 11-5. Marlboros have beaten them once. Now maybe the Express can get something going. That won't work though. That's an icing, and they're going to head back to their own zone for a face-off.
Well, you know, RJ, this looks a lot to me like the way York Simcoe started against Don Mills. They had a couple of good shifts early on and then fell behind, ended up with the penalty trouble, and the possession was owned by Don Mills, yet it was only a 1-0 lead at that point. And then they started to get their legs once the second period got rolling and were really good late second and into the third.
McPherson slides a pass up ahead to Whitaker. Graham Clark breaks that up, moves it back to Fantuzzi, and he gets it cross ice to Horvath, who's got a bit of time. Now Buckley redirects it into the Express end. Quickly after it is Sampras. Buckley behind the net. All three Marlies were back there. Puck comes to the front of the net. And Robertson got there quickly for the Express. He didn't get it out though. Now Horvath comes down. He'll take it right to the corner. Reese Foran with him stride for stride. Carter Robertson's pass. That was a seeing eye pass. It finds the stick of Nicholas Goss. His centering attempt didn't get to his teammate Reese Foran. This is sent down the ice by the Marlboros, and now they've iced it.
We heard Ken Strong, who's the assistant coach, talking at the start of the game to his players about the small details of the game. Well, Horvath takes the puck up the ice as a defenseman. He gets caught, so there's Buckley. In your screen, comes back, and it's Horvath who's back on the back check. Buckley ends up initiating the exit out of the zone. I mean, that is attention to detail right there for the Toronto Marlies.
Tyler Spott gets it over to McShane. Now Little coming one-on-one against St. John, waiting for those reinforcements. McShane had his stick tied up, but he still muscled a shot in there, and Berezynski makes another save.
Well, that speed will burn, and that's something the York Simcoe Express are going to have to look after, and that's Alan McShane. He has got speed to burn. Little finds him, and he's got a step hard down on the stick, beats McDougall, and is able to get at least a partial shot away.
St. John trying to escape this puck out of trouble. Gets it just outside the line, and here comes this wave of blue again. Pringle to the front of the net. Matthew McDougall, he's circled back all the way down below the goal line in his own end. Slides it over to McPherson. There's a good cross-ice pass. And Ian Foucault trying to use some speed coming in. It's stopped by Tang. The rebound spotted by Forget. And he got it out from in front of his own goal. And now McShane trying to make something happen offensively. Here's Forget. He might want to shoot. He has the goal in this game. Tried a backhand shot this time. Now he moves it back to the line where he usually is. McShane got it to the front of the net despite breaking his stick in half. So he's off to the bench for a new stick. He'll actually get a change in, so Antropov coming back. Spot trying to keep an eye on McLean over there. Centering attempt, all the Marlies were back, so they were able to clear this puck. Robertson has to delay for Whitaker to get back on side, but that gave Thomas Tinmouth time to gather up the puck for the Marlboros. Here's Robertson. He doesn't have to wait this time. Drops it off for Hillis. He loses an edge, makes a pass. Whitaker's shot is blocked, and it trickles to Tang. It's in the net, but the whistle had gone. A tripping penalty is coming up.
Well, interesting turn of events there. Just when you think it's in the net, it is not, and it's Pierre-Luc Forget who's all over the score sheet so far in this one. His pinch caused a 2-on-1 for York Simcoe's best chance of the game, and then he turns out scoring the goal. And as this puck enters the net, previous to that, it's Forget who ends up taking the penalty for the Marlies. A wonderful opportunity here late in the period for York Simcoe.
And this has been their bread and butter. Over half their goals at the OHL Cup have come on the power play, but the Marlies perfect on the penalty kill.
11 of 34, York Simcoe, third in the tournament at 32% on the power play coming into this one.
McKim is the dangerous sniper on the power play. He's number 11, has 6 goals at the OHL Cup. All but one have been on the power play. Whitaker down low to McLean, tries the cross-ice pass out of the reach of Hillis. He had to use that good speed. Now he turns at the blue line, gets it over to McKim. That one stopped. He gets his own rebound. Passes to Hillis. The captain goes back to McKim. Now back to Hillis. Whitaker takes his time, looks at the blue line. McPherson snaps a shot. Tang came over and he kicked that aside. Antropov an opportunity to clear, and he lofted that backhand over everybody.
York Simcoe will give you 2 different looks in the power play. The 1-3-1 as we just witnessed, but they'll also go with an umbrella system and see if that works, trying to confuse the Marlies on their kill.
Minute to go in this power play. Race for it. Got into the Marlies' end, and look out here, Tinmouth sensing a chance, short-handed. Tinmouth to the net, and he went in there hard. The net got knocked off. He's up, he's okay, and used that good speed for a short-handed opportunity.
Tinmouth really wanted to pull this thing to the backhand, but he simply ran out of real estate. All of a sudden he looked up, and with that great speed, the post was right in his grill. You can see him trying to edge and angle to get to the backhand. It just didn't work. He takes a spill, goes into the post, and have to look after the blades after that one. He went hard into that goal post, and you can see him now maybe getting some reparations on the blade, skate blade.
Boy, that replay looked like it would have stung with the impact he had with that post. Still a power play here for York Simcoe Express. Time winding down in the first period. Minute to go in the first. Just over 40 seconds to go in the power play. McDougall dumps it in. First man on it was Little. Tried to wrap it around. Foreign lets it go to the blue line to Robertson. Now it's intercepted by Buckley. Another short-handed rush up the ice, and Buckley bumps with Robertson. And now Robbie Cranston has it behind his net. Express will have to be like their name. They got to be quick here. Time's winding down in the power play and the period. They're trying to tie this game up. Another play broken up, and that'll be lofted into the Express zone. Marlies get another change, and that will about do it for the power play. Forget stepping on the ice now, and 10 seconds to go in the period. Maybe Hillis can get it to the net. He's stopped by Ball. Now Ball trying to keep that puck back there with 3 York Simcoe Express players. McKim gets it to the line. Vuko got a chance. Hillis was there, and Tang has found it in a crowd, and he covers up with 1.2 seconds to go in the first.
Well, it's good recognition on the part of the clock and communication from the bench. As time's ticking down, it gets back to Cranston. He realized he doesn't have much time, so rather than load up, he simply gets it down towards the net. A scrum ensues thereafter as York Simcoe tried to beat the buzzer.
Well, this face-off won't be a secret. Try to overload, get it to the net. And they want to make sure everybody's in the right place, and maybe the Marlboros need their full 5 out there. They were trying to do it with a man short. That's just lofted near the net. There's the buzzer to end the first. And there were some ebbs and flows. Express came out pretty well, then the Marlies took over, and a good finish to the period for York Simcoe Express.
Yeah, and they should have some confidence, York Simcoe, going into the period, coming off a power play. They did have some zone time, but still trail this game 1-0.
This is the Mattamy Athletic Center, and the Maple Leaf Gardens sign is still out front of the building. It's a beautiful sign, and it's been renovated now, and it's the OHL Cup taking place here this evening. 1 period in the books, and the Toronto Marlboros, the 2-time defending champs, have a 1-0 lead. Here's their leading scorer, Akil Thomas. He had an early chance that was stopped by Andre Barazinski. Matthew McKim, 6 goals for the York Simcoe Express. This time he won't get a chance. They're offside.
Marlies have excellent team speed, and Antropov with a simple chip ahead to Akil Thomas, who's got great speed in his own right, and he's on the backhand side, but still dangerous enough. And look again, RJ, where he's going, top of the net, trying to get it up and over the shoulder of Barazinski, a smaller netminder for York Simcoe.
The high hockey IQ of Alan McShane, number 19 for the Marlboros, is out there. That's to use the words of Sherry Basson. I'm pretty sure every scout here would agree. Pringle trying to tuck it in on the short side. Pringle had a hat trick in game 3 for the Marlboros.
Really underrated player, RJ. Good at both ends of the ice.
Turnover by Robertson. McShane showing that hockey brilliance as he intercepted the pass and got a good scoring chance, but Berezynski with another save. Now it's McLean, rather Ian Vuko coming in with a shot that was a little bit too high. McLean has it now. Saucers it over to Marshall Waters. Waters takes a hit as he got to center ice. Brace Foran, he snubs a shot. It's off the crossbar with so much gusto. It came all the way back to the blue line. Might turn into an odd man chance for the Marlies. McShane with a high shot. That one too high. Both teams going high with their shots and coming close too.
Fired up here in the second period. Both teams coming out flying.
Ian McLean double team, but he progressed that puck forward. Jason Horvath, he just wraps it out to center ice. Marshall Waters, he's a big Jerome McGinley fan. Says he's been a fan of McGinley since he was 5 years old. Graham Clark digging it out of the corner, looking in front of the net, and it's Daniel D'Amico. He's a call-up. Number 89 trying to get open. McPherson lofts it to the line, but it didn't get out. Horvath back in front of the net. There's D'Amico trying a shot, and he collided with Foran. Foran got there just in time for the York Simcoe Express to prevent another shot on their goaltender. Shots are 2-0 in favor of the Marlboros to start the second period, but both have been good scoring chances. And Berezynski